And welcome to Buddy Up Gaming. I am your host, Jeremy Evans, along with
co-host Rocco5.
Wow, he ready to jump in. All right. Give me your first name, though.
Jerome.
There you go. All right. Jerome, a.k.a.
Sandrock 05.
I like making people like repeat it over and over again. And so this is one of our this is our collaboration for streaming games. The difference, though, is compared to the one I do with Jerron Williams called the Cabinet Session, is those are strictly arcade games only. Here we're it's funny because we are playing an arcade game for this first episode, but it's more of whatever games we want to play. Yeah. So we have a list and it's everywhere.
Yeah, it's a lot of couch co-op. Just good old fun with the buddy.
Yes, that's exactly what it is, right? And so basically what it is just kind of like what I did with the Cabinet Session. We kind of pick our own games that we decided, like, hey, I think this game looks cool. Let's give this a try and whatnot.
This one may be out of my league, but we're still going to try it.
Yeah, exactly. So actually, you picked this game. Why?
I did, yes.
Why?
It's a good classic starter. I mean, it's Aero Fighters. Who doesn't love Aero Fighters? It reminds me of being young, going to your gas station. There's always that, like, rickety arcade in the corner. Pop in a few quarters.
How many gas stations have you been to with these rickety arcades?
I mean, I've been to quite a few. There was one particular one where I grew up, and so
what was it called?
Bushes.
No, not a gas station called Bushes.
It was called Bushes.
What did the logo look like?
Oh gosh, it was like red and white.
Did it have a B on it at least?
I mean, it was spelled out Bushes.
I feel like it should be like just a red B or something.
It wasn't great. It was like a mom and pop store.
Okay, so all right, so you came in. There it was in this little rickety corner.
Yes. Not
Super Mario or anything traditional. No, one.
There's Aero Fighters and there was Cowboys of Moo Moo Mesa.
Moo Moo Mesa. We'll have to look at that game. Okay.
Great game also.
Okay, so do you remember how much it cost at the time?
25 cents standard fee.
Is that the game you were telling me you beat this game with Infinite Lives? Was that the arcade that it happened at?
No, because that would have been infinite money, and I was taking quarters out of the coffee cans. So
you sneaky, okay. So, is this your first like shoot 'em up game at the time? Like, was this your first one that you ever played?
No, there was always like Galaga, and I grew up with like Atari, so I actually say my first game in a genre like this is a game called River Raid.
River Raid, okay.
River Raid, and it had like a fuel tank meter that you had to hit these gas stations ever so often, or your plane could run out of gas and it would like crash.
Okay.
So that was a challenge, and I think actually now in the arcade classic they sell it like Target. That game's included in it. I would test it out. It's great fun, even for as old as it is.
Okay, so I have never played this, and apparently this has even got a sequel to it later on. So, but I do like shoot 'em up games. I always like the games where like everything is thrown at you. Yeah,
it's a lot of
only if I don't have to spend coins on it. So like, thank goodness, like later on, they came the consoles, and then later on, like you can find emulators that gives you the chance to fully play these games without having to worry about dropping over $60.
Yeah, because that's ridiculous. Like I never beat Hook until I brought it home on an emulator.
Exactly.
And then I finally beat it.
Exactly. So let's go ahead and get into this game. This is homie's pick, and leave a comment down below if you think if you like this game, you think this was a good pick, and let us know how we do and all this kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, this will be one of the games I probably play a little bit better at. There will be games later on. I won't say what's on our list, but
it's quite a different list.
Jeremy's already probably dreading when we do have to play that.
Yeah. I'm excited. So let's go ahead and get right into this. So let's go ahead and send some coins. So this will be my first time playing this. So did you enter?
Yeah, I got some coins in there.
Oh, careful not to press that. Yeah. All right, cool. So I guess I'll be Keaton. See if does your controller work at all? There we go. All right.
Gotta get on it.
Right. So I already notice here this is definitely a button pusher. There is no hold down down and shoot forever kind of thing. So
kids got it easy now with the auto shoot.
Right.
You gotta mash your fingers until they hurt.
So my fingers. Oh crap! Darn it!
Go ahead and get that power up.
Oh, I'm trying to.
I didn't know. Am I shooting? So the cars are bad guys too? Is everything bad?
Anything?
I think I just killed civilians.
They're not civilians if they've got a gun.
Well, those were normal cars, Jerome.
Watch out for the beam in the middle.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm sorry. That's how much I've played this.
I know. He's gonna direct me to this game.
One of the few games I look like a semi-pro.
Uh-oh.
And you notice in our warm-up, I did die, but I didn't die just there. I did. That sucked.
Oh wow, that building's in my way. I couldn't shoot through the building. Oh my god. Oh crap.
Super. Don't forget your super.
Oh crap. Sorry.
Ooh yeah, bomb.
Oh nice. All right.
All right, not too many deaths there. We're pros. My guy's got a cigarette in his mouth.
Wow, I really think we're basically the Top Gun cast.
I think so.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Oh crap.
You know what I really like about these games is the music. Like, you know when a boss comes, because I don't know if you remember the last boss we just fought, but the it like amps it up, and so you're like, whoa, what's going on? Like,
right.
The bass has changed, music's changed, and you start to get a little bit more tense on the controller.
It's weird that you mention that because like some of these levels, the music sounds way more happy than it should be.
Yeah.
And then it goes into this like, oh, now we're in danger.
Yeah, it goes all dark and.
So like when it comes to shooting up games like this, do you think it's easier for you to play by yourself with these, or is it more easy with the with a partner? Because sometimes with a partner, it can easily get like very confusing because there's just so much stuff going on.
I always like playing with friends versus solo. I've always been a couch co-op type of guy. But solo's okay, but I'm just like, hey, if I've got a friend, come on over. I've got an extra stick. You know, I've got some Hot Pockets or, you know, some mini
Hot
pizzas
Pockets.
or something.
My goodness. What's your favorite Hot Pocket?
Oh gosh, maybe like the pepperoni.
Oh, okay. All right. Traditional. I got you. I like the meatballs.
Okay, yeah, that one's good too.
That's one. I really like those.
Oh, I forgot about this guy.
Oh, crap.
And you hear like the alarms are going off, and you're like,
right.
oh god! Like I'm telling you, man, just the music is great.
There we go. I noticed too, like we didn't get a chance. I didn't get a chance to pick, but there's different people from all different around the country. So you saw someone like from America.
Yes.
I think one was from Sweden.
Yeah, I like
Japan.
playing with the Sweden because I like his special because his entire plane like flips upside down and he just drops his heavy payload. Yeah. So he's always been my favorite, but you know we'll go Team America for right now.
America. Yes. So actually, like when I was testing this game, this is the stage that I was testing for a second. But like I never really beat it. I was just making sure all the buttons were out and everything. And it was weird because when we start this game, this was not the level I thought this is the level we were going to start with, and then we totally went somewhere else. I'm like, what? So I'm wondering, like, depending what character you pick, it's like the different level you start at.
I think it's the same level every time. Oh gosh, that was bad. I'm better than that.
I know from a guy that's supposed to know this game like the back end. You only gave me one warning. It was the laser. You have never gave me anything heads up.
It was this lowly bullet that killed me.
Like that one for me. I hate it when I die because I was like, wow, I did not take advantage of my missiles.
Yeah, I just hate getting killed by like that one lowly pebble because it's like, really, guy.
So you're a big fan of like just flight simulators in general, right?
I've been known to play some flight sim in my day, so yeah, I like them.
So what are some of your favorites that you know of?
Watch Out Plane. Of course, the one and only Microsoft Flight Simulator, whatever iteration or version you like. And I feel like the people that really get into that are really hardcore.
Yeah. Darn it.
Like, they've got, like, the legit flight stick. They're, like, talking to other people online through whatever communication needs. And they're like,
that's an online game?
Well, you can connect online, yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. I never had an Xbox growing up.
Well, this is all PC.
No, couldn't afford one when I was little. Go on. I'm owing whatever number you want to throw out, buddy. I was more of a console. Like I didn't get into PC until like
we had this
7 years ago.
Bad Acer and it was enough to do your usual, Windows 3D Movie Maker. It wasn't great, but we could get into trouble. And then I grew up a little bit on DOS, playing like Carmen Sandiego, the old school Police Quest.
So like the click and mouse kind of?
Yeah, it was like on your old huge floppy. And then, you actually have to type in the command to launch the program. This is ridiculous.
Oh, God. That was not even nice! Oh, crap. Okay, so, anyways. So, you actually played the Crimson game on Xbox, or did you play it on PC?
The Crimson Skies game I played on Xbox. It was an original Xbox exclusive. That game... I'm shocked that they haven't made a remaster to it yet, because it's a favorite. Like, you go on Metacritic right now, I think it's at like 88%, but it was like highly reviewed. The multiplayer was great. It had a decent story, and it didn't take itself seriously. It wasn't like this super serious flight simulator. It was just like, okay, this is like an alternate universe where, planes have all these weird features.
I am so sorry what happened right there. Anyways, go on.
But Crimson Skies is great. It's one of my favorite. If you've got an Xbox or you got an Xbox emulator, I highly recommend trying it out. You won't be disappointed.
Yeah. Okay. I never really played a lot of flight simulators. Like, yes, like I guess you can count this as flight simulators, but if we're talking about like true flight simulators, if people want to question me, what do you mean by true? Pilot Wing came to mind.
Pilot Wings counts. I played that growing up.
Yeah, it was one of those games. Like, it was like one of the beginner launchers for the console. Around that time and the 64 era, and like I was terrible at it. I didn't understand it. Like, you had a game where it was, you do different scenarios, like parachute off of stuff, landing planes. All that kind of stuff, but you never really had enemies coming after you. It was more of like, it was basically like, I guess you could say like there were like mini games.
Well, I don't want to be the snob, but if you did get to the end game of Pilot Wings, there was this one helicopter.
I'll make sure to put the snob warning up on the screen. Go on.
There was this mission that was like the combat mission. And you actually had to like blow up these targets. And
so what? Were you a spy the whole time? Was a training to be a spy?
I don't get it. Like, you were training to like parachute and fly these like old crop duster planes, and then like one of the last levels is like, oh, now you're in this like Apache helicopter. We're gonna send you out to go destroy these targets on this island.
Wow.
So I feel like they were kind of like setting you up for something.
Okay. Did you play the one on 64 though?
I did not.
Okay, I was going to ask if that was kind of like similar too. Okay.
But I did play Star Fox, which is also another great flight game.
Yeah, that's a great series that, needs to slowly go away now because it's not really doing anything.
Tell us how you really feel.
I'm just telling you. My buddy Jerome, he's a big Star Fox person.
You just said on air Star Fox needs to go away. I just want people to hold that.
Yeah, no, because the fact that like Star Fox is a good series, but the problem is just they have more hits than misses, right?
Okay.
And anybody that tells you the only Star Fox game that people love so much is 64, has there ever been anything that beats 64 yet? Take your time. I know.
I'm choking on it.
All right,
Well, the original Star Fox, like the one on the SNES.
I'm saying successor.
That's
after. That's after, right? Star Fox 64 is after, right?
Wait, I thought there was one that people sort of liked.
What was it? Star Fox Assault? Was it Star Fox Zero? Now was it what?
Maybe Zero.
Zero people had an issue with because you had to been forced to use the Wii U pad and not play it traditionally. I think we're in Russia. Are we in Russia? We're in Russia.
I don't want to be stereotypical, but we've got these like...
Dude, how you stereotypical? We're different, like, ships from different countries. So, yes, we're in Russia. Russia. But anyways...
oh, gosh.
No, Star Fox is fun, but at the same time, too, those games didn't age very well either. Like,
no, the original Star Fox, ugh.
Yeah.
I don't care. I like Star Fox, but I could not... You couldn't pay me to play it right now.
Right.
My eyes will hurt.
Right. And not to go too long on the Star Fox series, because I would like to do a podcast. Gosh, they are destroying me. and my family and everything about it. Anyways,
They are disrespecting me.
they are. Anyways,
First
No,
time
go-
we both were dead.
yeah, ran out of continues there. Okay, anyways, my only issue with Star Fox is like that I wish they would just, reinvent the wheel a little bit more instead of trying to do a gimmick style. They would just do more character development of these characters based on more choices that you can do with those characters.
I think they are missing a lot of lore opportunities to build the universe because you've got who is it, like Gray Fox, or Wolf or whatever?
Star Wolf.
Yeah, Star Wolf.
Uh-huh.
I mean, they're missing a lot of opportunity to like really have a good story-driven flight sim
Right.
in a sci-fi universe.
Yeah, and on top of that too, like I was actually a big fan of Nintendo Power had these little comics that you can read off of. They did a Mario one, they did a Mario one, they did a Zelda one based on Link to the Past, and they did a Star Fox one. And Star Fox one was really cool because like there was drama, you got to learn about more of the character's backstory. And one of the coolest things is that like when they were in fighting, they would fight in different like stuff. Like so when you play normally Star Fox, the most normal stuff that you would do is you would ride the ship, you would ride the little tank, you had the terrible submarine level. Remember that one?
Gosh, yeah, nobody likes that.
But like on the comics one, they were riding little hover bikes and shooting with guns. Because think about it, you didn't know Star Fox didn't know martial arts until Smash Brothers.
Pretty much, I was like, oh, this guy can fight without his.
Right.
What is it? I forgot what the name of the jet is.
But the Arwing.
Arwing, that's right.
Yeah, but regardless of the games is the game needs a better way to build these characters up. And yes, Assault had them off of ships, but it was a terrible idea how they did it. But they just need to do another variation. So I would like to do an episode how we would do our own Star Fox in our own way to make it better or something like that. But anyways, but I still say I think Star Fox kind of needs to go away until it can figure out what it wants to do next. Because it's just not there anymore. Because Star Fox is a series to me is you don't get those games that often. If you mess it up, we're not going to see one anytime soon again.
Well, yeah.
And that's the same thing with F-Zero. That's the same thing with Kid Icarus. Those are a lot of those games that people demand back, but like they don't really make a lot of money. Metroid's the only one that comes back because it makes the most money out of the other brands.
Well, and I think it's
when it comes
easier
to rare
to design too because it's a platformer with RPG elements. I mean, you have a lot to work with versus Star Fox. Oh, he's a guy who flies a plane.
Right, and it's on rails. Maybe they need to change that formula of something else instead of on rails. Maybe he needs to do something else. I don't know. I mentioned on one of our episodes of the Shoot 'em Up is I would like to see a Star Fox like this.
Oh, like really? Like a shoot 'em up?
Yeah, it'd be fun. Why not? What makes it different? It's the only difference is if you really think about it is it's in a 3D form and it's on rails. This is on rails. It's just flat 2D. I think it would just be a fun moment. 2 players, you get to pick Falco and Star Fox, and you go through these. The bosses would be exactly the same way as this. What's the difference?
Well, I don't know if I want an entire Star Fox like that, but
No,
if they threw it in like a surprise, like you're playing the game, you have no clue that this is going to be in there, and the next thing you know, it's like, oh, it throws you into like this 2D side scroller, and you're like, wait a minute, is this still Star Fox? And you're going through and you're destroying stuff in your R-Wing.
But be honest here with me. Like, what do you think is the really huge difference between the 3D and stuff? What do you do different that you can't do in a 2D platform like this?
Well, not to be corny, but I can't do a barrel roll.
You sure can in this game. You could.
Could you?
Oh yeah, because your ship can flip. It's just
It's
you
not
want
the same.
why not? Why cannot that be the same?
Not the same.
What's the difference with a barrel? You're still going from side to side with a spin. You can do the same thing here. It is not a huge difference. You just don't want. You just want. I think you just like it in 3D more than anything.
I like it from the rear view. I had to frame that a little bit, but yeah, from the rear.
Hey. There might be some fish down there in that water. But anyways.
Well, because like in the 3D ones, you always look at the jet from the back. So when you do your barrel roll, you always see like the thrusters go, and you see the little triangles move, and it looks kind of cool. From this view, we're looking at it like a top-down view. Yeah. So yes, you would see it, but it wouldn't look the same. I don't know. It's those little things.
It's each his own, but I actually think it needs to be a fun, just a fun game, like a fun downloadable game. you know, like just like this. It's like an Arcade Star Fox edition. That's it. I'm not talking about like change the main entries into the series. I'm just saying like this would be kind of a cool idea to see Star Fox do a shoot 'em up game like this.
You know what?
What does it have to lose?
If they put it into like a main 3D game, but you know how some games like StarCraft will have like an arcade machine like in the corner you can walk to, and then like say his arcade machine is like a 2D Star Fox game that is fully fledged out. You could play it, and beating levels and leveling up in it, you actually gain skills for the main game that you could use.
That could work. Yeah, that could work. So Ace Combat is a series that I never got a chance to get into. Heard that series is great. I mean, they're like on their 8th game.
Yeah, they just released a new one for the PS4 back in February or January.
Yeah, so have you played any of the Ace Combat games?
I didn't own a PlayStation growing up, and so I've seen them played by a friend, but I never got to like experience Ace Combat for myself.
Okay.
But they were always great games, highly revered, kind of like the cream of the crop of flight, arcade, simulators with realistic jets.
Mm-hmm. So Jerome, so we're going through this level again, as you can see here.
Yes.
What is the purpose of this game? Like, is it like, do we go through this game without getting a game over? What?
Well,
how do you beat the game?
We did beat it. I want to say we did beat it, but
Oh, we did.
I think we did beat it.
I didn't even see the credits.
Well, excuse me. I think this is one of those games where, because they made the game to where you can't really beat it without investing a lot of money, you're really just going for accolades, like high score.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
okay.
because in the typical arcades, you go there and you see the 3 initials, and you're like, oh, who's that guy? I know who he is. He lives up the block.
Okay.
I want to beat his score.
Oh, okay.
So-
okay. No, I guess like I see that. I guess in other games, but I guess not flight simulators like this one, because like we play Pro Gear, and that was one that had end credits too. So it's interesting. I never played an arcade game where it's like, well, you beat it, but it's one of those like the credits are already at the beginning of the game before you even start.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
But you, like I said, you just go for the high scores. It's all about leaving your permanent mark on there, because you're going to be back to the arcade. That's what you do. You know?
Okay. So, since we kind of overall, you went through the cycle. How did it feel to come back and kind of replay this game? Is it better than what you expected to come back to? Did it just fulfill your enjoyment for the moment? How do you feel about this going back?
I feel great because I know that I'm not wasting real quarters right now.
Okay.
I would be mad at myself if I was playing this at the skill level that I have, because I'm not like terrible. I mean, well, I'll let you guys be the judge. I think I'm okay.
Leave a comment down below.
But if I had to play this with actual money, like, I don't know, I'd feel mad because I'd probably be spending like $30-$40 right now.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
So for me, this game looks great to this day.
Oh yeah, it holds up well.
Great. Even though right here I'm killing civilians. Look, these cars are not bad guys. I'm destroying cars. One of the couple of things I have noticed too is there's certain buildings, stuff that you can't shoot through, and then there's certain buildings you can shoot through.
Yes.
That I have noticed. That hurts a little bit because the fact that like the enemy kind of gets the upper hand because he can shoot through the building. Like here, I can't shoot here, but he can sure shoot through there. That kind of disappoints me a little bit. But the specials are pretty cool. I do like the specials, especially like, see, there's your barrel roll. See, there it is.
Oh, God.
There it is. See, they can do it.
Oh god.
Yeah.
No deaths on the boss fights, by the way.
Oh, there's not. You're right.
We didn't die.
Yeah. Awesome. But the game, I wish the game was a little bit longer, but I guess this game was set up to not
take your money.
Yeah, not expect you to, oh, you got here? Okay, keep going. Just keep going. Stall till
I want to say that games like this and, gosh, what's that side scroller that's really popular? It's like a Contra, but gosh, it's SNK. Nah, I'm gonna have to look
Metal
it
Slug?
up. Yes.
Okay.
Metal Slug games, they're not designed for you to beat at the arcade. Like, let's be serious.
Oh,
like,
no, not at all.
Who's beating that?
I love it. I love it, though. It's like, wow. Like, everything is so sensitive. That game is the most sensitive game ever. Yeah.
But it's fun to have and play. And then when you take it home, you can actually beat the story,
right,
go through it, and you feel good about it.
So, but any other flight simulators you have before we kind of wrap this up?
So we said Pilot Wings. We belittled Star Fox. I got my Crimson Skies out there. I'm serious, people. Check it out. It's a legit game. Oh, there is one game. So I like it when games that aren't typically like a flight game, like say like a shooter,
okay,
but it has like a flight level, like comes out of nowhere. Like I don't know if did
like
you ever play Halo Reach.
Okay.
And you remember there was like a flight level.
Yes.
That was like amazing. Like when I played through that, I was just like, oh my gosh, they can do a flight game. And I'm disappointed now looking back that they never implemented that into any of their other games like Destiny or other Halos where it had like a dedicated like flight level like that.
So there's one topic we can talk real quick is ideas that we would like to see in flight simulation games. So so your idea is for that one.
Yes.
I think it'd be a fun idea to have a 4-player, everybody shares a plane to shoot everything down game.
So like
one
Fortnite of flight sims?
No, not so much.
That would actually be a great idea, though.
Well, there you go. There's an idea for you. No, it's more of like just the chaos. Like say, right, like here, I'm not going to play. You're controlling this ship here, but everybody else is shooting. So like you're in control, but everybody is like shooting. So the ship would be like a little bit bigger, but like everybody would like have a job.
Oh, that would be cool, yeah.
It'd be so much carnage, but it'd be funny.
Oh my gosh, how could I forget? Okay, another game. Now that we're thinking, I'm thinking about it.
He's getting hype!
No, I am getting hype. So, there was a game, they recently discontinued the servers on PS3. It was called, oh my gosh, it's called,
I can't help you on that one. I was on a roll for the other ones.
No, it was... Gosh, what was it?
Oh, I felt good.
I may have to look it up.
Okay, all right. But
I'm gonna look it up.
Go ahead. You just commit suicide right there. How are you living still? You live? Okay, you died. I was like, what?
Mm-hmm. It was like one of the best games my buddy and I played, and it was like a huge battle arena game.
Oh, come on. No!
Warhawk. That's what it was called.
Oh, okay.
I had to pick up my phone for a little bit.
Okay, I remember
Warhawk.
I remember.
Warhawk was great on the PS3. It had, but it wasn't like a flight game. It was, it had all 3 phases of war. So you had your ground troops, you had your tanks.
Yeah, there was
rocket launchers.
There was a special sector. A Sparrow.
Starhawk was the successor.
That successor. That's what I was going to say.
And so Starhawk was ahead of its time, but Warhawk, I had so many great memories because the flight game in that was great. The Warhawk itself was an amazing ship. It had your like hover mode where it was like kind of like a helicopter, kind of like a hovercraft type thing. Still had great maneuverability. And then it had the jet mode, which is like full on flight, like your standard like fighter jet. And it had lock-on missiles. You could throw, you know, the little chafe particles out, whatever, to deflect missiles coming in at you.
Oh, God.
It was like, I'm kid you not, I had fond memories of Capture the Flag in that game where my buddy would fly the drop ship, drop me off in like a Humvee. I would run and grab the flag, go like,
that's cool.
Get on a run. He would pick me up in the drop ship. Like, all this is happening with minimal, like, stopping or starting.
That's pretty
rad. Pick me up in the drop ship, take me back to base, and score.
See, that'd be kind of cool to be implemented in a Star Fox game right there.
Yes, like, telling you, Warhawk, and it's sad because the community, they really kept that game on for a long time. Like, they would do full-out, like, North America versus Europe type stuff. Like, they were hardcore, like, fans. And I was always just like a so-so player. But I'll give props to that game. Warhawk was great. It's not traditionally a flight game, but it is, well, it really was on like the PS2, but it was great. Warhawk is another great one.
Okay. So those are some of the ideas that we have, but we would love to hear some of your ideas. What are your favorite flight simulator games? And then on top of that, what are some ideas that you think that would change the way flight simulators can do?
VR.
So, there you go. So all you need to do is just leave a comment down below and tell us, you know, did you enjoy the episode, and tell us some of your ideas. And this is our first episode for the series. We're going through like 10 games, I think 10 or 11.
10 games. We're gonna start out with a good mix of like 5 or 6.
Yeah, some retro, some new, some just a little bit of everything. So don't forget, you can watch this show as part of the in-game boss program, a network of gaming and other variety shows. And definitely check out our other show, the arcade edition, called the Cabinet Sessions, where I am having my co-host Jerome Williams part of that show. So definitely come check out some of those arcade games that we are going through that. And Jerome, thank you so much for making the time to come on and do the first episode.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, so just remember to follow and subscribe to the network. And remember, you can listen to all our podcast shows on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, and of course, Podbean. So definitely check that out, and we will catch you on our next sessions.
Later, everybody.